less than 24 hours away from that new show starting. Ryan Armani, Braylon Edwards. It's called The Bottom Line, and they have a huge ticket giveaway tomorrow to kick off the show. Are you excited as I am, Easy?
No, I'm pumped, man. I've been a fan of Armani for a while, honestly. And Braylon, the one time that he was here on B&B, he was great.
Yeah.
Braylon's fire.
No, he brings the heat. He brings the opinion. So tomorrow, new show starting right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Can't wait for you guys to see the evolution of everything that we got going on. Plus, 11 to 1, D-Mac is going to join Joik Bell and Neil Rule. So it's going to be a fun day tomorrow around here at Woodward Sports. It's
What's
almost
the
like
show
a rebirth.
called, Stick?
What's that?
What's the show called?
We should make him say it. What was it called, Fish?
Big D Energy.
Big D Energy, and that means Detroit Energy. For Joik, maybe Diva Energy. Who knows? Whatever you want to imply that D, it could be whatever you want it to
Wherever
be.
you want to apply that D.
Yeah. My name is Stick. I got my man Easy hosting with me today from 3 to 5. And, this is the last show officially of the quote-unquote hook, and we're moving on. And the bottom line will be here tomorrow from 2 to 4, so make sure you're watching. And make sure you download our app, too. It's available in Apple or Google Play stores, so that way you can listen to it live as well. But let's get into it. News update. Here we go. Game 2 of 3 between the Tigers and the Orioles tonight from Camden. Last night, the Tigers beat the Orioles 9-4, and the bullpen backed up starter Casey Mize. It was a great game. Akil Baddoo had a triple. The guy was legging out everything. But what you may have missed is him actually running in to Derek Hill after they were chasing the fly ball. Like, Akil Baddoo's got wheels, man. Boom! Ooh, look at that.
Yikes.
It's amazing that he held on to that ball. Look at that.
That is crazy he held on to that.
Yeah, that's why you got to scream, kids. When you're in the outfield, it's I got it, I got it, I got it, if you think you got it.
What was the official injury? I know it was like his shoulder and concussion or something like that.
I don't know. I don't have the official injury report on here, but overall, I think he'll be fine. It looked bad, but it didn't look like catastrophic. Let's see. The Pistons fall to the Rockets last night in Summer League by 20 points. It was 111-91. Cade Cunningham had a pretty good game, 20 points, filled up the stat sheets in other ways, like 3 steals, some rebounds, some assists. Overall, he looked poised. He looked in control, and there's our boy right there, Luka Garza. Do you see that?
That was nice.
You know, Dwayne Casey was on that Mavs team coaching when Dirk won the championship, and that was very Dirk-esque there, how he leaned back, had the knee up, and all that stuff.
That was dirty. I freaked out when I saw that.
And, and special guest we are actually going to have today, Frank Garza, Luka's dad, is going to be joining the show coming up in about a half hour. So definitely looking forward to talking to Frank and just like the whole journey about that.
Yeah. No, I'm excited too because, he can shoot really well for a big man. And I kind of want to know the story of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, National Player of the Year. He's lost like 20, 30 pounds going in to this Summer League. He looked damn good last night, 5 of 6, 15 points. The guy he's playing ball. And that's all you can ask of somebody that you draft in the second round. Just get out there and play some ball.
No, I'm excited because we had some weak spots, some weakness at that 5 spot, and he definitely provides some much-needed offense. And he can spread the floor, obviously, be able to shoot like that, for a big man. I love it.
Yeah, taking place Friday night, obviously, the Lions have a preseason game. They're opening against Josh Allen, who I don't think is going to be playing, but they're playing against the Buffalo Bills. Dan Campbell announced that he's dialed it back a little bit today in practice. It was more of a walkthrough, wants to save their energy, save their bodies for the preseason game, where he said the starters are going to play an entire quarter.
He's saving that big D energy, man.
I like that the starters are going to play an entire quarter because normally, like in the first preseason game, you get them out there for a series, and then it's just backup fest for the rest of the time, right?
No, 1,000%. The only thing I'm concerned about, which we'll kind of get into later, is injuries. I don't think we have a lot of depth on this team right now.
Yeah, I mean, they did release the depth chart. That's something that the Lions released yesterday, so you could get a good look at who's starting where. Our running back situation, DeAndre Swift is our lead running back. I know there was some back and forth between Williams and DeAndre Swift, who was going to be the lead back. But according to the depth chart, which doesn't mean he's absolutely going to get more carries, but according to the depth chart, he is our number one back. And then running through these things, you also see that our overall seventh overall pick, Penei Sewell, will be starting at right tackle, transitioning from where he was in college to the right tackle.
That's what I'm excited to see. I want to see him get down and dirty because he's a big man. He's really athletic. He's like 300-something pounds, but he honestly doesn't look it. You know what I'm saying? But he's extremely athletic, so I'm excited to see him prove it, in the pads for once.
Yeah, the Lions social media team has been asking a lot of hard-hitting questions at training camp, like, does pineapple go on pizza? Who's the worst best man on the Lions? And then, of course, would you be the Bachelor? And here's what the Lions had to say about this.
I can be on the Bachelor. I'll take the rose.
Nope. Nah, I don't think I'll do that. Nah.
I would definitely be the Bachelor for all the perks.
Yeah, Jared Goff, you better not say you'd be the Bachelor with the girlfriend you got, man. That is an absolute smoke show. You don't want to mess that up.
There's some perky perks when you're the Bachelor.
Yeah, there are some perks. I love how Jeff Okudah, he seems more confident this year. I know that's just a clip of him talking about the Bachelor, but it seems like he's almost got that Jamal Williams swaggy P to him.
Yeah, no, he's definitely got a lot more confidence. Looking from last year, a lot of his interviews, he's a lot more quiet and a little bit mumbling. Maybe that's some media training, or maybe he truly is carrying some confidence in him. Look, all these guys are saying they learned a lot from Aubrey Pleasant and Aaron Glenn, and I believe it. I mean, him being confident may be a result of that.
No, he's looking better. Everything Corey's reported out of training camp is this guy's brought a new energy this year. He's feeling better. He's understanding the system better, and he's getting coached up like he should. So that's great. Some other news: Alabama football ranked number 1 in preseason coaches poll. Michigan at 30 on this list. That is crazy to me.
That's crazy? Come on.
It's realistic, which is crazy to me because normally the Pistons, normally when the Wolverines are ranked preseason, they're always a top 10 team. Always. Yeah. Even if their team sucks and they wind up not ranked at all.
You're right.
It's just Michigan gets that cachet early from the coaches polls no matter what. This year they're like, no love.
Enough consecutive times. Wasting everybody's time like the Cowboys do. I'm waiting for it to happen with the Cowboys, but you start to lose some shine. There's some other news actually that's not on here that I wanted to mention. Ben Wallace being inducted to the Hall of Fame by his coach, led him to a championship. Larry Brown.
That's great.
Chris Webber, Isaiah Thomas. The Detroit Isaiah Thomas. I hate when I type in Isaiah Thomas in Google and the one with the ring doesn't pop up. It's kind of annoying.
I know, but the little Isaiah Thomas just had 81 points in a rec league game, and that's been blowing up the internet.
Fair.
Did you see how emotional he got after he scored his 81 points?
No.
It was crazy. It was like there was a video online of him just crying that he was so happy that he was able to do that. Which I get it. He's had the injuries. He's bouncing back. But, dude, you go from NBA to playing in rec league, you should be putting up 81.
Well, maybe because of that, the Lakers are looking at him I saw today come across my screen.
I thought the Pistons should have looked at him last year.
I know they originally wanted him before he signed with Boston.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, now's our chance. But we got Cade now. We're good.
Matt LaFleur says Aaron Rodgers will not play this preseason, and Aaron Rodgers has not played in a preseason since 2018. That's the life, right? You just show up, you walk in, you wear your Kevin from The Office shirt, and you just sling the ball around the yard.
You're that damn good at it, you could do that.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is that damn good at it. Colts extend GM Chris Ballard and Coach Frank Wright through 2026. They're having a little bit of a quarterback controversy right now with Carson Wentz being out. Jacob Eason has been taking first-team reps, but obviously the backup that they drafted this year, the 5th rounder, is getting some shine too in practice. So
Sam Ehlinger.
Gallagher, yeah.
Ellinger. Texas, yep.
Yeah, he was a good quarterback in college. Mm-hmm. But I'm surprised he's pushing Eason for that, that number 1 spot right now. I thought Eason had that locked in, especially after being in the system for 2 years.
Right.
But either way. And then Lionel Messi officially signs with Paris, the soccer club, and it was a zoo there. Did you see?
Dude, I saw it this morning.
It was like Obama coming into town.
Bro, that was crazy. How wild is France? they can't even like legally carry guns. I thought like that was nuts.
And when it comes to their soccer players and their tennis players, they go nuts over there.
I don't
was
think they
insane.
can legally carry guns there. Is that what you said?
No, he
Yeah.
says they don't carry guns.
Oh, okay. I thought he was saying they can carry
Well,
guns.
that's why he was shocked there were so many cops escorting him, because it's not like somebody's going to run up with a
Yeah.
gun and rob him.
I'm gonna throw a freaking rock at him or something like. Damn.
Yeah, you could.
And then on this day in sports, thank you, Alex, for this. It says Stick loves the Little League World Series. Is this a strike, though? And this is a video.
No.
Look at his face. Look at this kid's face.
With a big hit his last time up. Sort of in disbelief of the call. But he is down in the count. No balls and a strike. They get the music turned off.
And you know the coach is probably like, come on, you got to keep your eye. You got to hit those. And he's like, bro, it was like that far outside. But that being said, Little League World Series umpires, they're all volunteers. They always expand the strike zone for Little Leaguers. That's just part of it. If you watch it, it's
Okay.
never going to be strictly plate calls. They'll be off the plate calls. But yeah, the team from Taylor is playing tonight at 5 o'clock on ESPN. And if they win that game, they go to the Little League World Series. So go Taylor.
As the residential ump around here, that's definitely a ball, right?
It was a ball, but I could also understand why he called it a strike, though. You know,
It's a
like,
good frame job.
It was a great frame job by the catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was umpiring, though, like before the games, these are 12-year-olds, so you say,
Yeah.
all right, coach, I know the plate is supposed to be the strike zone, but I'm giving you a ball inside and a ball outside. So you're literally giving them like an extra, 4 or 5 inches on each side to call it a strike. What's up, Fish?
Is it easier calling it behind the plate or being at second base calling?
Oh, behind the plate.
Is it? Okay.
You get to literally like look over the catcher and see where it crosses the plate. The only problems I ever had was judging how high it was.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when they're like right at the knee or right below the knee, it's tougher to tell.
I always think second base is easier.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not?
It's
Okay.
definitely. I have done games from there though. When we were short umpires, you had to be the field umpire and the plate umpire. So you just stand behind the pitcher calling balls and strikes. It's always the weirdest thing. But yeah, lots of stuff to talk about on today's show. Like we said, we have Frank Garza. Luka Garza's dad is going to join us. Plus, the big matchup last night. We all watched it. Cade versus Jalen, part 1. We'll get our take on that coming up next right here on Woodward Sports. Yeah, brand new car could be yours. A brand new 2021 Dodge Challenger. The giveaway is going on next weekend at the brand new Levels in Centerline. It's going to be an awesome event. They got free food trucks out there for you to take part in. We got some fun stuff to give away while we're broadcasting live. The entire network will be broadcasting live all day long, starting at 8 a.m. live at Levels in Centerline. So make sure you come out, say hi, and you see it right there. T Grizzly, Detroit's own T Grizzly. He's got this thing. It's called Grizzly Gas. And yeah, Levels carries it. So you can come out and try that as well. So we'll see you not this Friday, next Friday at the grand opening of Levels in Centerline.
It's so fitting that it's next Friday, and Levels provides
Right.
medication, which is a big part of the movie Friday. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. It's Friday, baby.
Yeah.
Well, we get fired for stealing boxes.
How you get fired on your day off?
That's one of my favorite. What are you stealing? What, you're trying to build a clubhouse? It's like one of my favorite lines ever. So easy last night was the big night. I went home, I left here at 7:30. I got home about 8 o'clock. I immediately watched the Netflix documentary on the Malice at the Palace, which we will talk about coming up later on in the show.
Yeah.
And then I ended it literally right at 9 o'clock, and I was
So
able
perfect.
to watch Cade versus Jalen part 1. What's your take on what you saw last night?
It was everything. It came as advertised, man. The intensity, the fact that an NBA preseason game, 9 o'clock's prime time still, right, for ESPN. It took prime time television, I'm saying, on ESPN, and it delivered too. Nowadays era, these guys are high-fiving, laughing after games, exchanging jerseys and stuff like that. It was none of that. These guys want to smoke. and I don't think, and I may have missed it. I tried to watch film, I guess you call it, to see if they shook hands after the game. Did they dap up after the game?
I didn't. I guess now that I think about it, I didn't really see that at all. No.
This is a thing, man. Like, it delivered, man. Like, we always hype up these things, and like after the games, they're always hugging and like, you know, laughing. And Fish loves it when they share a gold medal and hug each other. No, these guys want smoke. These guys both look like they could be stars, and we're gonna watch them play against each other for years to come. And I'm pumped for it. I'm here for it.
What about you, Andrew?
Everything we looked for. It was really hyped. It went back and forth, and that's what I loved about the game. And then what Easy said, we bring back those rivalries. Like back in the day, like the Bad Boys Pistons, they were not friends with Michael Jordan. They were not friends with Larry Bird. Like these are the things that it's good how they're all friends and everything, but at the same time, a guy like Giannis, for example, he has no friends in the offseason. So having this new sense of rivalry in the NBA, it's great to see it. It's finally great to see.
It was hyped and it delivered. That's what I liked.
Yeah, who do you think had the better game?
That I was like conflicted with, honestly, up until today. Edgewise, if I'm being completely honest with you, I have to go with Jalen Green. You know, just because the argument we've always had as the Cade supporters is, you know, he's going to win your games. He's going to win your games. Well, guess what? Last night, Jalen Green put up the numbers and he won the game. Now, with that said, one-on-one, when they met up with each other, when Cade was guarding, you know, Jalen and Jalen's guarding Cade, vice versa, Cade got the better of him.
Yeah, for sure.
Cade had my man reaching for air. Cade broke his ankles, you know what I'm saying? And he bodied him up. He even blocked him, took his cookies. Like, Cade was bullying him out there. But for all the argument's sakes that we made, you know, that winning is important, and I have to stick to that principle, Jalen won the game. Okay.
Well, when I watched that game yesterday, what I saw in Cade was an on the court coach, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see him trying to take over the game. What I did was see him try to get other players in the proper positions to win. And you know, a lot of he could have had a lot more assists if these guys could have hit some damn buckets yesterday.
Oh my goodness,
but
man.
Take that away. I don't think Cade was out there trying to be the lead dog. I thought Cade was out there trying to help everybody else get going. And even with that, he had 20 points. You know, he had 3 steals. He had a couple blocks, a couple assists. You know, he filled up the stat sheet in every possible statistic category. And then to your point, when him and Jalen were one-on-one, Cade dominated.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you saw it on the crossover when he had to break in his ankle. You saw it on the block. You saw it on the steal. Like, he had his number. One-on-one, Cade is a much better player. One-on-one, though, in a team environment, Jalen Green is a much better scorer.
Yeah.
But overall, team basketball, I'm taking Cade 100 times out of 100, even what I saw last night. And I like Jalen Green's game. Like, I gained more respect for Jalen Green last night and his game.
Me too, man. Like, the thing is, like, you can't allow the word bust to enter the conversation when you speak in these guys' names after these performances, because, like, it's just it's outlandish at this point. You could maybe have the opinion that Jalen's better. Sure. Like, you know, stick to that opinion, but don't include the word bust in that conversation, because that's absurd. No, Cade is delivered, and so did Jalen. They're stars. They're going to be stars.
And you're stupid if you say bust at this point. And I can't believe people are panicking over 2 summer league games. And honestly, like, Cade has looked fundamentally sound, and that's what we want out of him. And I loved how much of a vocal leader he was on the court. They had him mic'd up so we could hear him talking to different people, hyping up other teammates. And that's what you want. You want the floor general. You want somebody that is going to push everybody else on the team to be better and take a back seat when he could. I thought Doris Burke brought up an interesting stat last night as well when he was talking, or she was talking about when he played top 10 teams, he averaged like 23 points a game.
Yeah.
Below top 10 teams, like 10 to 20, he averaged about 20 points a game. And then like any team outside the top 25, he only averaged about 18 points a game. Now, some may look at that as, what the hell, this guy can't score against bad teams, but he does really well.
Yeah.
I loved her take of maybe those games she was just letting other dudes eat.
No, for sure, man. Like, and that's how he was too. Like last night, earlier on, after he hit that three, the early three, the first shot of the game for him at least, he was sharing the ball. It's not his fault. Everyone else is wearing 10-17 Waka Flocka Brick Squad jerseys. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on, man. He should have way more assists last night.
Yeah, we could not hit a 3 to save our lives.
And I'm only going with Jalen in this topic just because of I've been arguing. The principle of my arguments have been winning, right? Like, so I have to stick to that. Otherwise, I look like a fool. But like, don't get me wrong. Like, Cade was sunning him when I'm saying any chance that he had, and you know, obviously we missed a lot of shots too.
Yeah, well, if you missed what Jalen Green said in the post game, he said he felt like he was the number 1 pick, and He's going to be running his mouth. That's one thing we know about Jalen Green is this is his MO right here.
Yeah.
This guy loves to run his mouth.
Well, on the other side, you're used to battling with Cade. You were even teammates with him. But what was it like going up against him for the first time as pros?
It was fun. He's a good player. He battled back. Yeah, I mean, I have respect for him. So that's the reason we come on the court and we're going to battle it every time. So it was a good game overall.
And we know you have respect for him, but you've made it known that you felt like you're the best prospect in this draft.
Yeah.
How big has your chip been playing here in Las Vegas?
My tip been super big. It started at draft night when I got drafted number 2. I felt I was number 1. But, I mean, it's just the work I got to put in. I got to keep the chip on my shoulder from where I'm from. My family installed it into me, so I'm just keeping getting better every day.
I can't knock him for that, though, because like if I'm in Houston right now and I'm rooting for Rockets, like that's what you want to hear.
Well, listen, if you love the Jordan documentary and you love and I took that personal, like you got to love that because it's the same damn thing. And no, I'm not saying he's Jordan. God, please don't say that I said he's Michael Jordan. I did not say that, but that's the mentality you need to be great. You put those things in the back of your mind. Anybody who's ever crossed you, anybody who's ever passed you over, anybody who's ever doubted you, you make a mental note of it, and then you go get them.
Yeah, like I said, you can say that like your opinion could be that Jalen Green is better. I don't agree with it. But that could be your opinion. But as long as you don't call Cade Cunningham a bust, right? That's all I care about. Or either one of them at this stage, they're going to be stars.
And also, you know, Jalen had to be kind of humble after the game because once you get crossed up like this, you can't go on.
Houston up by 6. Cunningham staring down Green, the number 2 pick. Oh, he took his ankles there and knocked down the 3. Oh, he got a little bit of smoke delivered there by the number 1 pick. He's got 10.
Mark, this is my guy, Uncle Kurt. I wish you guys could see his face right now. I don't know if you can on the little shoulder shot or not, but his face he's making right now, that's the exact face I made when it happened. I was like, oh, I was freaking out.
Yeah, our chat lit up when that play happened.
That's exactly what we tuned in for.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, how many times, again, like Michigan and Cowboys, like on national media, this kind of stuff is like overhyped. These guys delivered, and not only did they deliver, this thing's like ongoing.
Yeah, yeah. Who was the guy announcer last night? Do you know?
Gus Johnson.
It wasn't Gus Johnson. It was definitely not Gus Johnson.
I can't think of his name.
I don't know, but he kept
I know
trying
his face.
to sound
I don't know his name.
like he kept trying to sound like he was the coolest dude in the room. Like he kept dropping these little one-liners and referencing hip hop culture. And
He's talking about buying
Doris
some buffs.
Yeah, it just sounded so awkward last night.
But he was talking about buffs. He couldn't even describe them. He's like, oh, they're from Detroit. They're a thing. Like he tried to went on about them. He's like, he can't even do it. He couldn't even pronounce them or anything. It was weird.
The Cartier. What's up, Fish?
I believe it's Mark Jones.
That was Mark Jones last night?
I think that's who it was.
He was trying his damnedest to seem cool, and it was not working out. I hate when guys do that. He was dropping oh, he's going to mess around and get a triple-double. Remember Ice Cube said that? And it's like, dude, just chill, man.
You'll love watching him because he does a lot of ESPN games.
Does he?
Yeah, he does a lot of NBA on ESPN.
I know his face. I just don't know his name.
Yeah, well, I prefer to have Gus Johnson back like we had 2 games ago. That's my man right there.
He's all right.
Can I say last night, though, about Caden's leadership? When was the last time we saw that out of a Piston?
It's been a long time, honestly.
Long time.
And out of a rookie,
that's what I was thinking the whole time. And
ever.
He's been so unselfish, and that's the one thing I wish he was a little more aggressive, like each of these games. But he loves playing team basketball.
Right.
Then that's the thing. He's just Cade. He plays the way he wants to play, and he's not going to care what people think, and that's what I love about him. And even his press conference, he always talks about we're improving. How is Killian improving? It's all about the team, and it's not just about himself, which I love about him.
Right.
I want to note this, too, though. In Jalen Green's victory, he had some help. My man's Josh Christopher.
Oh, yeah.
And Sengun. 21 points. I think he was I wrote down actually. What was he?
21
14. He had that one half-court 3.
Yeah, all their rookies look great. Honestly,
they did. Yeah.
Like Kenyon Martin's son looked amazing last night, flying above the rim. Like that guy's great.
Hit threes. Yeah. I hate to say they were the better team just because the fact that the Pistons squad is carrying 3 stars that we're going to carry into our regular season squad. Right. You know what I'm saying? It kind of sucks.
Well, last night another guy that had a big game, Luka Garza. He was 5 of 6, had a huge run, getting rebounds. Like, he did the whole Dirk step back with his knee up, and we have his dad, Frank Garza, on the line, and we are going to talk to him next on the Woodward Sports Network. Frank, just make sure you turn your camera on, buddy, and we're ready to go.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back to the afternoon show, soon to be the bottom line right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Tomorrow it all starts. Braylon Edwards is going to be here with Ryan Urbani, and they are doing the bottom line from 2 to 4 live every day right here on the Woodward Sports Network. So thank you guys for watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and of course everybody who's downloaded our app. Now, the next guy that we're about to have on the show, I like this guy, and obviously you don't know much about people till you draft them, and then all of a sudden you see Frank Garza just being all over social media and doing his thing.
Oh yeah, the coolest thing is Frank Garza's become a Pistons fan for life now, because we're the team that took the opportunity and a chance on his son. And to be honest with you, I know it's a little early, might be saying this, but it looks like it's paying off.
Yeah,
absolute steal.
And honestly, Frank is such a humble guy. I reached out to him to come on the show, and we wanted to talk to him. And his first initial response was, "Let's hold off till my son makes the team." He's like, he may be jumping the gun. And my response was, listen, if he's a part of the Cruise or he's a part of the Piston, he's a part of the family. We're gonna cover him regardless. So if he doesn't make the Piston squad, which I believe he will, the Cruise is going to be awesome to cover all season long here with Woodward Sports.
Yeah, look at how much this town's holding on to Sekou Doumbouya. Frank's here. At least for him.
All right, Alex, is he on the line?
Over there. Screen.
No, it's still a black screen. Yeah. Frank, if you can hear us, make sure you turn your camera on so we can talk to you, because we got to talk about your son going 5 of 6 last night. I mean, in the first 2 games, he's, to me, been the biggest standout for the entire team.
Yeah. No, honestly, he is, and I'm not, because it's more so because I guess I didn't know what to expect from him, because I was happy initially when we got him, just because all the accolades he brings into his professional career, but there were still the doubters, and the doubters look kind of silly right now. I gotta say.
Well, anytime you doubt Troy Weaver, you're gonna look silly.
Facts, man. Honestly, yeah. Troy knows what he's doing, and so does Luka, and clearly so does Frank. He raised a damn good basketball player thus far in his career.
Yeah. So, Alex, why don't you throw him up on the screen, and maybe he can hear us. If he can't, we'll try to work through this, but we definitely want to get him on. He's gone now. Hopefully he's retrying to get back on. But, yeah, last night's game, you saw Garza show out. Yeah. I thought when Killian went head-to-head with Jalen Green as well, Killian did a great job on defense.
Killian is a dog on defense, because Jalen Green is no slouch. Yeah, he's unproven when it comes to NBA talent, but we know the man can score. And he scored on NBA talent. He played in the G League, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Killian was locking him up, man. And I have high expectations for this backcourt defensively. Honestly.
Yeah, I do too. And especially, that's kind of Dwayne Casey's MO.
Yeah.
He wants his guards to be defensive forward point guards.
Yeah.
And the only thing I didn't love about last night is we had some weird rotations in there. Playing Cade at the 3, I don't think is going to be successful for us. At one point, it was Saban Lee, Killian, and Cade on the floor at the same time.
Yeah, that was goofy. That was kind of weird. I'm kind of I like Saban Lee for what he is, but he's not really a shooter. The 1-3 he had, it was one of those like shot clock ones where it's these guys are professionals, you know what I'm saying? So they're damn good at the game, but it was rushed, it was hesitant. He's never really shot the ball consistently. I don't really like his vision, I guess, when it comes to on court and sharing the ball. So I just didn't really like him on the floor with other guards, especially when he couldn't, be a shooter. But the other thing, actually, and I'm sorry to be a Debbie Downer, I'm just giving my observations of the game. Cade, Killian. I want to see some consistency from the 3 from him, man. This is 2 back-to-back Summer League games, and again, Summer League games where we haven't seen him consistently shoot the 3. In fact, I don't think he's made one yet all Summer League yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew. No? Killian Hayes.
Turn his mic on.
I don't believe Killian's made any 3s yet in the Summer League. He was kind of aggressive in the first half, and he was getting inside. He's dropping a couple teardrops, and I like that. Obviously, he's got his passing lanes, but yeah, the bright spots for me last night is Cade, Luka Garza, and honestly, it's got to be it. Sadiq kind of took a step back, but I think it was for the development of the other guys.
Sadiq's been playing very well in this Summer League. I mean, he didn't actually shoot the ball well yesterday. He was 1 for 6, but other than that, he's been great. I mean, he scored 15 points about last night, so that was a great performance by him last night, I think.
Yeah, and I think I feel like he's taking a step back to allow Killian and Cade and these guys to get their thing going. Because the first game, he was a bit more aggressive. I felt like he was taking a lot more shots. This one, he was kind of chilling a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is a question for you guys. If Isaiah Stewart and Livers were both on the floor, I think the Pistons would be 2-0 right now.
I don't know about 2-0, man. Honestly, after the way they got their ass beat last night, I honestly don't know if 2-0 would be in the cards.
I mean, it's debatable, but the Rockets got a damn good squad, man. Like, those guys are going up. Like, Sengun, if you're a fantasy basketball player, I'd keep an eye out for him, especially if you got one of those dynasty-type leagues like Stick likes to do. I might invest heavily in that guy. 21 points out of him.
Yeah.
4 blocks, too.
I remember Pistons talk all before draft. He's like, this is going to be Baby Jokic. This is it. That's what his nickname was all draft long, and I didn't even hear about him until he told me about him. So, I mean, falling down where he was and now how he's playing a hell of a summer league right now.
Right. I think Frank is calling in because we couldn't get him on video. And is he there, Fish? Fish is answering the call right now. And I'm very interested in talking to this guy because normally you don't see parents blowing it up on social media like Frank Garza does. And, first of all, thank you for always tagging Woodward Sports and all of this stuff.
Oh, I do, yeah.
Like, he knew officially, like, the minute they signed who he was talking to and sending us highlights and, like, talking up his son and all that good stuff. Fish, is he on the line? Can you send him through, buddy? Hello, Frank. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm so sorry we couldn't do the video, gentlemen. So,
that's okay, man. As long as we get to hear your sweet voice, we're good with that.
Well, I don't know about sweet, but I appreciate that. Lincoln said flattery and knavery are distant cousins, so.
Well, man, thank you for your time today, and especially on short notice. And, we were talking a little bit back and forth on Twitter. And first of all, congratulations, not only on, being a great human yourself, but raising another great human. And they got drafted into the NBA. What did that moment mean for your family?
Oh, wow. Well, what a great question. And thank you guys for having me on. You flattered me, and thank you for those kind words. So what did it mean? I'll tell you a story about Luka. When he was younger, we first started talking about what we call rehearsing the future, which is, another Lincoln saying, the best way to create the future is to invent it, right? So to see it first. So anyway, he was a young kid, and he wrote down, I even have a photo of it, right? I sent it to him recently, that said, here's what I want to do. And he, boom, put down, be an NBA. So I had that with me on that night. And so having that come through. Now, he hasn't made a roster yet, right? He's still not there yet. So we're trying to make our case, right? We're trying to show that, hey, in spite of perhaps our, coaches said the same thing about me, guys, when I played, which is, when it comes to Garza, the seasons move faster than him on the court. I run a 100-yard dash in a day. So it's like, in spite of not the greatest physical gifts, you have to look at his intangibles. And he's tough, he's steel, he's relentless, and he's just not going to stop coming at you. And I think there's a role for that gentleman. Don't you think in the game, isn't there a role for that kind of player?
Well, those are the type of players that become beloved here in the Motor City, because that's what we look for, the blue-collar, the hard-working, kind of the underdog guy that's just going to outwork you with that dog mentality.
And Brook Lopez just won an NBA championship, if I'm not mistaken. Like, same.
Oh, yeah, he's such a, talk about a guy that's really micro-focused on his game, and he plays optimally. I mean, in other words, very little wasted steps that he does on the court. His economy of movement is something to aspire to. And Luka was telling me, just recently, just the details about how to set a pick in the NBA are volumes of detail that he had no idea about, and nor did I at the level of what the coaches wanted. And so this is a huge learning, on your path to becoming the best that you're capable of becoming. You're always learning, and certainly that's what's happening with this fabulous staff. The coaches are so good. Luka's learned so much, gentlemen, about the game, what to do, the teammates, Sadiq, of course, Tyler, his former teammates, but everyone on there, Cade, his leadership has been something that, as a father, first getting drafted and then being with that organization that can see his intangibles, are willing to see it, it is a dream come true, and I hope a match made in heaven, because he's tough, and he'll outwork anybody.
Yeah. Does a guy that has been getting some comps to him here, and he's endeared himself to the city of Detroit, and when you see Luka out there with his massive vertical, just hitting those three-pointers like an old guy who used to play for the Bad Boys, Bill Laimbeer. Is there any Bill Laimbeer in his game? Is that somebody he grew up watching, or somebody you grew up watching?
Well, we had, it's like, as a parent, you want to not push your kid to anything, right? You want to try and have them fall in love with it. So, yeah, you could watch TV, but here you could watch all these VHS tapes, DVDs of basketball. So one was about Detroit, back-to-back with Isaiah and Laimbeer, the Bad Boys, and all of them. He watched that numerous times. So, as he said last night, I don't know if you guys heard in the interview, he goes, hey, Luka, you can bring a lot of energy out there. So, well, hey, I'm from D.C. This is what we do, and so I'm from the DMV, D.C., Maryland and Virginia, and this is what we do. So it's like that toughness, that there was so much Bill, and talk about a guy that loved his teammates. I mean, I think I don't want to go into that kind of detail, but there's something I really admire about Bill, in how he left the team and how he did it with such dignity,
right?
And just took it for the team. And he loved his teammates. So the love of his teammates, Luka got, bingo. I mean, and I think that's common. I heard people talk about, hey, should Cade been first, or Jalen be first, this or that. I tell you what, getting to touch this organization, what they were looking for, and I'm not saying Jalen isn't, not in any way, shape, manner, or form, but what they're looking for here, that I got to touch at the press conference, and you could feel it in the air, is this restore. And so part of restore is, let's bring in leaders. Cade's a leader. I mean, and maybe what they were looking for as the number one was not only all that ability, potential, but someone who could connect men with other men who can connect. So it's like, that's perhaps the brilliance of what that pick means. And I'm so happy Luka is part of that, gentleman. I hope, again, he can do the things that will continue to show that he's, can hopefully make a roster spot.
Yeah, they were talking about Dwayne Casey's player development strategy that he's had in place when he was with Toronto, and now obviously he's putting it in place here in Detroit. And part of it is like yoga and just like self-care and more, internal growth as well as your external growth. And as a dad, that's got to make you feel good that your son's playing for a team that wants him to be fulfilled in life, not just dribble the ball, get out there, do what I say.
Yeah, no, it's a wonderful insight there about
what's the battle of the 6'11" and 7-footer. He gives it up. They work it around.
It's like you want to have a better product of anything. How are you treating your people? That's where you start. You don't start on the product side. You start on how are we treating each other. And I think a coach, all coaches that I've had the pleasure of their tutelage, some were no longer living, two of which, as a matter of fact. Godfather of Luka, my coach, Bill Trumbull from Idaho, I played for. But these coaches, these great coaches, have that fatherhood instinct, like paternal, about wanting to touch and uplift every player, whoever's in front of them. Hey, here's what we're going to do. isn't that define, our coach Stacey here? And again, what a wonderful opportunity for Luka to grow, because my coach Trumbo had that deep, when he spoke and he said something, you listened.
Right.
And you listened because there was some nuggets in there that were going to change your game around. And Luka's a sponge, and trying to soak it all up.
Thanks for joining us, Frank. And you said you're a former player yourself. You raised a son of obviously NBA caliber talent. You're a great basketball mind, quite obviously. I wanted to ask you, what did you make of last night's matchup between Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green? And were there any, subtle things about the team play that the regular viewer like us may have missed?
Great question. I just admire the talent level at this level. Again, I was deep into the Big Ten. Lucas College, and then you're here in the NBA, and the talent level is just incredible. Everyone is a phenom talent. Well, speaking of that, you look at